I don't feel good today. KZIQ held hostage day 100 and something. Dun, 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 dun. Remember, that's how Nightline started.
Yeah.
It was those
Dun, dun,
hostages.
dun, dun.
It was those hostages in Iran. That's how Nightline started.
They started.
Yeah, they started doing a special report every night about the hostages in Iran back in the day, '79, and Ted Koppel,
Mr. Koppel,
came on and did a thing every night about the hostages and the hostage situation, and then
that's
that
how
evolved
Nightline
into
started.
Nightline.
I did not know that. Very interesting time in America.
Nothing else up there.
Except snot. See. I had the cold last week. Eric's got the cold this week.
I don't feel so good.
Yeah.
We got a little too much headroom here.
We're feeling a little heady today.
There.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, what a good guy.
Got a mug for the camera because then I take screenshots and use them.
Oh. Oh, hey, by the way, we're heading up to catch everybody up on what we're doing.
Cartago. That's how a bunch of people pronounce it.
Cartago?
It's Cartago. It's Cartago.
Yeah.
Cartago.
Cartago.
Cartago. And then we're also going to stop. No, that's it. That's all we're doing.
Yeah. That's it. Okay.
All right. So yeah, go ahead.
TMZ. Dun, dun, dun. I'm a lawyer. All right. Well, we'll start out with Lamar Odom's dad. You know, he was saying that he was dying and he needed all this help.
He's a moocher.
Dude.
I watched Chloe and Lamar for a while, and he showed up once, and Lamar's really bummed out because the guy can't hang out with his son without asking for something, and usually something like courtside seats or something extravagant.
Right. So his
not
son,
like bus fare or something.
So Lamar Odom actually skipped a game last week to go be with his dad, who is supposedly dying. That's what he said, but now he says it's just a stomach virus.
Yeah,
so
he was just using Lamar. I feel bad for Lamar about that.
All of Lindsay
because
Lohan.
Lamar really loves his dad. He really wants his dad to be okay and do the right thing, but his dad's a user.
Yeah.
His last name is Houston.
Houston.
No, I'm kidding. Get it? Whitney Houston.
Yeah,
the
I
whole
know.
thing.
Oh, ooh, that would be tantalizing right there. Gerard Butler's being treated for substance abuse at the Betty Ford Center, and Butler's problems were triggered by his physical demands for shooting 300 in 2006. And so anyhow, he says that he was so beat up by it that he started doing drugs. We're told Butler realized he was realizing too much on prescription drugs and decided to head off a full-blown addiction by entering Betty Ford 3 weeks ago.
He did all that, and then it didn't come out in the press until he actually went to rehab. Very
Right.
good.
Very cool. Lenny Dykstra begs judge, please let me go to Gary Carter's funeral. Now, what's the deal with this?
Well,
You know the background on this?
Dykstra is like it's a bunch of, I want to say it was stock cheating or something. He's a swindling some financial thing,
Right?
and he's in bad trouble.
Uh,
And I don't think the judge is going to let him go. I mean, he's in bad trouble. They were
Not good,
teammates
man.
for a long time, though.
I'm not going to do any Justin Bieber moves. Oh, by the way, Hillary Clinton, you know, being married to Slick Willie.
The headline just looks wrong, dude.
Hillary Clinton, close encounter at sea with massive whale. It sounds like some right off the National
Or
Enquirer
somebody was
says it.
talking about Hillary putting on weight.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah. The G20 summit they're having down in Mexico, and so before they got to the snooze fest down there, she went on a whale watching trip, and a whale came right up next to her boat. So,
Snooze fest, I like that.
yeah. Well, it's pretty
Except
much
out
what
on the
it
streets
is.
where the protests are going on. That's not a snooze fest.
You know, what's the deal with this show, Teen Mom? Because I mean, this
Oh
thing
my
has been
God, what
throwing.
a train wreck. They did this show with the idea of making kids know that, birth control or not doing it or whatever.
Whatever form of
This is
birth control you
because
want.
here's the results if you don't, and their lives are all screwed up, and they got baby daddies and boyfriends and moms that are telling them that they screwed up, and it's just a train wreck.
Right.
The problem is they've glamorized it because now they show up on TMZ and everything else. So now there are girls that are out there getting pregnant so they can be on the show.
Right.
I think overall there's probably a good to it. That probably it does send a message to the right kind of girls. The problem is it did kind of make it worse in some ways because these girls are trying to get on the show. And it's just wrong.
And unfortunately, a lot of these girls, to begin with, are already dealing with problems in their life. So a lot of these girls are ending up on police logs, and all this kind of stuff. So they're popping up all over the place.
All
It's
the time.
really, really sad. Let's see, and what else I forgot? Weird Al Yankovic doing the halftime at the Super Bowl. What do you think?
He's the front runner to perform at next year's halftime
Yeah.
show. Now NFL, now you're talking.
See what I'm saying?
That's entertainment. Instead of Madonna looking like she's doing Weird Al Yankovic, doing her.
Yeah, that would be
Well,
much more interesting.
Impersonating her.
Yeah. Oh, and Brooke Mueller.
Oh my God!
Charged with
she just got out of
possession.
rehab.
Charged with 4 grams. She was up in
I think I'd put her on that list pretty soon.
Yep.
That list. You know which list I'm talking about? Yeah.
The one that
The not good list.
Yeah, the one that the Whitney Houston list. We'll just call it the Whitney Houston list from now on. Start going back up. Shoot yourself in the foot. Go back.
I feel really, really bad because it ended up being a loss for this guy. There was a show that was briefly on A&E called The Cleaner. Benjamin Bratt. It was a really good show, but nobody watched
Benjamin
it.
Bratt's good.
Well, it's a true story about a guy that he is an extreme interventionist. And to the point where Ashley Hamilton, George Hamilton, and what's her face's kid, bad drug problems. He went and got him, like kidnapped him. Threw him into rehab. But then when he got out of rehab, he put a 6'5" bald guy that doesn't like to talk in Ashley's living room with him every day, and would not let him go anywhere. And when he got out of rehab, so there was like a certain amount he had to do, like what's it called, sober living in his own house with this big dude sitting there. It's so cool, and he has all these success stories and so many stars that we don't even know about. They call him. He gets big bucks for it. He's just an ass.
I think there's a
he's working. He was working with Whitney. He helped Whitney out after Bobby and got her straight, and then was working with her again. So it's a loss for him. But now he's working with Bobby Christina.
Now
he's with her in Atlanta right now.
Now what's the deal with Chris Brown? You said.
Oh yeah, Chris Brown. He's in Miami yesterday, and this chick sees him in his Bentley, driving a Bentley, and she takes his picture with her cell phone, and she's standing up next to him. She's going to talk to him.
Yeah.
He grabs her phone, rolls up his window, and takes off. And there's actually a name for that crime in Florida. It's called like snatching theft or something like that. Ooh, that sounded nasty.
Snatch theft.
Anyway,
I like that.
He's in trouble, and he's still on probation. He's only done like half of the stuff he was supposed to do from beating up Rihanna 3 years ago. And he's in bad trouble.
And now and by all accounts, Rihanna's and Chris Brown's friends are all trying to keep them from getting back together, but it really looks like they're getting back together, which is just like we were talking about Teen Mom a few minutes ago. Terrible, terrible thing for girls to watch out there.
So anyway, Chris Brown, actually, by the time you view this, Chris Brown may actually be in jail.
Cool. See you, buddy. Hang with the homies.
Hanging with the homies.
Right.
This weekend, go to the carnival, please. Help out PACT.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Have a fun time.
All the great things they do.
Weather's going to be great.
Yeah, and the weather is going to be great. And we got a chance of rain Monday now as a bonus. They took the W out for Saturday and put a chance of rain in for Monday.
What do you know? How much better does it get?
Loving
Beautiful
that.
weekend and maybe some rain to start next week off.
Loving that.
All right.
All right, so everybody have a fantastic weekend, and we will be back here on Monday morning.
Oh, yes.
And thanks for hanging with us. I say everybody got back on the stream this morning.
Okay.
It'll be on a radio in your car and on your desktop here pretty soon.
Sooner the better.
Thank God. Everybody have a great weekend.
All right, and
we will see ya.